Okay, welcome back everyone to codelibrary.net. In this video tutorial, I would like to talk you guys about how to use object-oriented programming or OOP in C# programming. Another way as you use another program, object-oriented programming is a core concept or, or advanced concept for uh, high-level programming language that use um, clean codes or uh, we can create a template to reuse to make code or call reusable codes. Object-oriented programming language is powerful feature, especially for all high-level programming language. In C# programming language, object-oriented is we use class and objects for create templates. Uh, you can call or you can rewrite code anytime without using um, or you can spend less time and efficient to write your codes. Okay, in order to talk about class, in this example I have this one project. Class um, you can create class inside project. We call in internal class, or we import class from external that we call uh, external class. Core concept of OOPs or object-oriented programming is there are four concepts. There are four concepts of uh, object-oriented programming. Four concepts of OOPs or object-oriented programming. Okay, number one is encapsulation. Number two, uh, number two inheritance, and number three is polymorphism. Number four is abstraction. Four of these concepts is the main or the four pillars of concepts that we use in object-oriented programming language. So let's get started. The first is I would like to talk about inheritance. Inheritance is a technique in object-oriented programming or OP concept that we use relation between two classes, more than two classes. So if I create the first class, we call base class or parent class, and inside base class we can create anything like property, methods, constructor, and field or data inside. If we want to call or access to the base class property or anything inside base class, we can create another class and we implement inheritance technology or inheritance techniques to in order to access to base class. This is what we call inheritance. And the three we will talk niche later together. Okay, now uh, I can create class inside here, or I can create another class outside the files. So if I want to create class here, I can say public class. Okay, public class. And example, I can say class student, and okay, and inside class student, we call class members. Class member. We can create class member. Class member is anything that we can see inside the class, such as a field that we create with private IDs, okay, and private string names, and anything at private. And you can change also between private and public. Private is secure data, and public is can access from anywhere outside the class. So the firstly, I would like to declare with public IDs and public uh, public public name and public age. This is we call the field. All variable that declare inside the class we call field. Okay. Okay, we can create another methods inside the class, such as I can create public voice study. This is a method we can call voice study and do anything such as what is student name that study English. Okay. Another way you can create another method such as public attendance class, and the name is attending in the class. So this is an example of create methods, create the field. Another way I can create another some property inside the class, because we inside the class we can create property such as public. I can create public property, uh, public get ID. Okay, and I can say public integer get ID, and this property I can create property with get and set because I want to make a full properties. Okay, I can apply with get and set property here. Another way I can public get age and public get name. Okay, this is what we create class student, and inside the class we create some field and some property and some method. All inside this class we call class member. Okay, and now if I want to create another class before I create the instance of class or object in order to access something inside the class, I can create second class because we want to implement the inheritance technique inside the class from parent class to from base class to parent class. Okay, so now I can create derived class, derived class here. Okay, derived class here I can create graduate student that inherit from student. Okay, public class graduate 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 student that I inherit from class student. Okay, student, because I want to inherit something from inside the class student. Okay, here. Okay, this is my first class. I can say is first class, or I can say base class. And inside base class, I have something such as property, ID, and method that we call a class member. So now I want to implement that we use inheritance because I want to access something. I want to inherit something that inside the first class that we call class student into class graduate student. Okay. Here, when you implement this technique, this mean is a inheritance technique because I want to get something or inherit some property or some class member inside class student into second class is graduate student. So when I create instance of object, instance of class or object in order to access from class graduate student, even the class graduate student is empty, we we also can access to something inside the first class because we implement the inheritance technique here. So now I can go to my methods and I can say graduate. Okay, graduate student equal new, because I want create the instance of class is called graduate student. Okay, inside here. Oh, we need to don't forget we need to create some constructor here. So you need to create a constructor public student. Okay, public student, and you can constructor, you can inside class you uh, at least you have one constructor is default, because we not necessary to add any parameter inside the constructor. So only default constructor that one class, at least we create default one default constructor. So, and this I also create default constructor. I can say public graduate. Okay, so I want to create constructor. Okay, now we have in this statement, the statement that we create the instance of object. Okay, or instance of class, or we call object. Okay, even though that inside the second class is graduate student that don't have anything for such as a field, property, and method inside the second class, but we still have something to access the first class, because uh, we implement the technique of inheritance concept. So in this way, I can say something like graduate student dot name, okay, equal John's graduate student dot study, okay, graduate student dot study, and uh, graduate student that attend class. This way is we call methods. Method that inside the class is we exist method study and methods uh, attend class. So when we call is we call studies, methods, and attend class. Okay, and this property we can call to use also. Okay, now you can try. You can save your codes and try to run in order to see the result. Okay, as you can see, is John is studying, because this is when we call the methods. Okay, John's that apply the name here. We that when we call is graduate student dot name equal John, and when we call method study is inside here is calling field with string literal here. So we can call John studying, and John is attending class. Okay, this is the example of how we use uh, and implement how we use OOP concept. The first concept that we taught is inheritance. How we use inheritance in C# programming language. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching this first concept of object-oriented programming language called inheritance. And please share my video and subscribe. We can see next video that talk about three concepts of OOPs. Okay, thank you. See you next video.